Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Kowalczyk's back with a video for business math, and today we find ourselves in section 19-2. We're looking at businesses and the different types of costs that they have, different types of mathematical equations and things that we just need to work with in order to figure out how their company runs. In section 19-2, we're looking at materials charges and labor charges. You see, out there in the world, there are all types of companies that get paid for providing a certain type of service. Perhaps it's a landscaping company, and they're going to get paid not only for how much mulch they put down, but how much time it takes to put down that mulch. There are companies that get paid for mowing grass. There are companies that get paid for washing and cleaning uniforms or even rugs for a business. And it's not just the cost of the materials used to make sure that that clothing gets washed or those rugs get cleaned. It's also a labor cost that's involved. A labor cost meaning people are getting paid. Oops, sorry for the bell. People are getting paid for the work that they're putting in cleaning the rugs or cleaning the clothes or putting down the mulch. And so today we're going to look at those various elements in business. To get us rolling, let's take a look at step one. Step one right here, kind of circling it in blue, looks at the labor charge. We're talking about the number of people that are working, how many hours they worked, and how much those people get paid. You see, that's a part of the business. That's a part of the business. And if you own a company, you have to pay your employees. Or if you hire a company, your payment to that company goes to help pay for those employees' jobs. Then we move on to step two. And what we're looking at is the materials charge. You see, if a company is cleaning your rugs, there are chemicals and cleaners that are being used. And those materials, those chemicals, those detergents, they cost money. You know, if someone is trying to repave your parking lot, not only are there materials such as the actual tar, the black tar that's used to repave the parking lot, but also the machinery used and the equipment used costs money to make sure that things run smoothly. So there are material charges that we have to look at. And if you add both the answers to step one and step two together, you get the total charge. The total charge. So let's take a look at this for problem number one. Now, one thing I forgot to tell you is that sometimes you have to read carefully. Sometimes they're going to give you the answer for step number two and you won't have to do any math. You just have to read carefully and find those opportunities where you don't have to do that math. All right, number one. The National Freight Company used 6 loads of crushed stone materials on a terminal lot at $112.75 per load. 10 people, that's right, 10 people were working, and they were each paid $7.15 per hour to spread the stone. Now, real quick, I don't believe that that's minimum wage. As you can tell, this is an older problem. Just kind of go with it. I understand that that might not be the right amount of money, but let's just go along with it for today's example. This work took 4 hours. And so, we have to use this info to answer the following questions. Letter A asks, what was the labor charge? What was the labor charge? Well, step one is going to help us do that. First thing we need to know is, what is the rate of pay per worker? And that is the light blue, $7.15 per hour. That you see there, $7.15 per hour. And I'm going to multiply that times the total number of people. And there were 10 people. So right here, that's per hour. And right here, that's 10 people. Okay? 10 people. And then we're also going to multiply that times the number of hours that were worked. And it was 4 hours. So you take out your handy dandy calculator, you do some math, and you get, I'm just going to write it right over here, $286. So that's just the labor charge. That's just how much money that National Freight Company is going to have to pay the employees. for this job. Then there's the materials charge. The materials charge. And that takes us to step 2. Step 2 asks, what was the number of materials used? And I don't know if you noticed this, but right underneath it says loads, items, bottles, etc. So we're looking for something along those lines. What was the number of materials that were used? And if you're looking where I'm looking, we see it in red, and it is 6 loads. And what we're going to do is we're going to multiply that times the price per load. That's right, the price per load. All right? Okay, so I've got my problem all set up. I know that I'm writing out some words on this paper, or on this screen in front of you. You don't have to write the words out. I'm just doing it to help myself kind of understand what's going on. 676 and 50 cents. 676, 50 cents. That's how much it costs for the materials. So far, we've calculated the labor cost and the materials cost. Now all we have to do is add those two circled items up, and we get our answer. For C, what is the total charge? So step 3. I'm going to take the 286 plus the 676.50, and we get $962.50. $962.50 is the total charge for putting this crushed stone materials down on a terminal lot. And just to kind of give you an idea of what's going on here, they're putting down some gravel on a parking lot, basically. And it takes money, it takes time, and it takes materials. So, as usual, if you have questions, please talk to Mr. K, or go back and watch a certain part of the video to help yourselves out. Thanks so much, and have a great afternoon.